going on YouTube? This is Ricer Rob coming back at you, and this is the Road to 600 wheel, part 5. Today I'm going to be doing a little oil upgrade to keep my oil temps down. This part is the BMS Sport Oil Cooler Valve, which goes right in here. I'm going to show you guys how to install it. I am not sure exactly what the temperature drop is going to be, but I believe it's like 20. So that's kind of cool. And then of course I do have the red billet oil filter cap. So I will be throwing that on as well, doing an oil change that we have over there. And with cooler oil temps, we will be able to have more power, or I don't know, healthily, safely. But yeah, I'm gonna get into it. All you need to do is basically start with an oil change and drain your oil. So I will do that and be right back. All right, oil is starting to drain. It's a 17 millimeter drain plug, for those curious. Once that's finished, I hope that's up. I think it is. We'll see. All right, I'll be back in a minute. Okay, so just confirmed that my oil is not going to spill all over the floor, which is sick. Next, I just gotta remove my oil filter. It's on there tight. So let me grab my oil filter wrench and be right back again. God, I hate these. Alright, maybe I do need two hands. Alright, I got it. But yeah, essentially that's like a perfect example of why I wanted this cap. It has a wrench spot on the top, as well as the 3/8 drive. So you can actually use a wrench or a socket, ratchet. There we go. Alright, now this is out. I'm gonna put you down so I can go put this on the bench. Alright, so got our caps on the counter. I removed and kind of cleaned my cage. Now I just got to swap over some O-rings from the new filter. So that green one needs to be replaced on the cage, and then this big one, very importantly, needs to go in this big channel by my thumb so that you don't blow oil everywhere. Like so. Got our cage and O-rings all installed. We'll drop our filter in. There we go. Now she is ready to drop in. Back to the Sport Oil Cooler. We need to remove this bolt, and then we can remove these two as well as this cap. Then the factory oil cooler valve will be in there. We have to remove that and a small spring. So let me jump to removing those bolts and caps. Alright, so the first bolt is an E12, almost just dropped it. And then the other two bolts are T27s. So again, I'm gonna remove those and be right back. Alright, just popped the last screw off. I did put a little rag under here just in case any oil was gonna fall out, but I don't think that any actually is. So here's the end cap. Then we have factory valve. And then that is going out. And then we have our new BMS Sport Oil Cooler, just as a comparison. All we gotta do, logo facing out, put it in there nice and straight. Take my rag away. We can put our cap back on. That's upside down. There we go. So I'm gonna screw this back in and then I will pick you guys back up. All right, just torqued the cap to 25 Newton meters. And we can remove it. Look at that. Now we are ready to add oil, and then the sport oil cooler valve is done. And the oil filter cap is installed. Now it really brings together the rest of the red in the engine bay. Oh, I just stepped on my keys. Whoops. But yeah, as a part 2 to this video, I'm going to show you guys how to delete your clutch delay valve. So it's really a free mod, essentially. One thing to note, make sure your brake fluid is topped off. I did go to BMW the other day, and this is actually not the same day as I filmed that. But I did get brake fluid. My brake fluid reservoir is basically full already, so I shouldn't really have an issue. And I'll walk you through how to delete your clutch delay valve. Essentially, it just gives you a little bit more response when shifting like first to second. I've heard downshifting gets smoother, and overall, it's just a little bit of a little free performance mod, honestly. Essentially, what the clutch delay valve is like a funnel, think of, that goes down to like a pinhole, and that's what kind of prevents fluid from traveling in your clutch line. I will show you how to bleed it. I went to Harbor Freight the other day and ended up getting this little vacuum pump kit, really cheap. It was like 20 bucks. And all you have to do is pump it up to 25 pounds of mercury, and I'll show you how to do that. But let me put my oil in so I don't forget to do that, and then I will go under the car, grab a light, and show you guys where the clutch delay valve is first. All right, we are under the driver's side. I just kind of have this panel kind of floppy under here. And this black piece is the clutch delay valve. So there are these little locking kind of clips. Just kind of remove those, and I have a microfiber that I can put around the clutch line, and then I will put some vice grips on that just to prevent fluid loss if I can. And then let's see, I believe it's up here. Where is it? Let me grab my flashlight and I will show you where the bleed is. Alright, again, clutch delay valves right there. Follow the line up to the little master cylinder, clutch master cylinder, whatever it is. Then we have that little cap up there is where we're going to put our line for our pump. And that'll be to bleed it after we remove the black piece. So let me grab my picks, my vice grip and microfiber, and let me remove all that. All right, got my vice grip all gripped on that line there. Now I'm just gonna take my pick and open these up. And there's another one right here. be able to just pull the line out, which I'm gonna probably do with 2 hands, so I'll be right back. All right, clutch delay valve is removed, and I'm curious once Cody or Cam does this, if theirs is the same. I almost think this is an upgraded one. I was under the impression the hole at this side was gonna be tapered down significantly. So that was kind of interesting. Maybe I had a aftermarket clutch delay valve. But that's the clutch line plugged back in. I just need to bleed it now. So let me hook up the vacuum pump and I will show you what to do. All right, so up on the blade nipple, I have the line that goes with the straw side to the cup. And then that connects to this little hand pump. And then there is this little gauge on it that once it hits 25, that should be enough pressure where you can crack your bleed screw, and then you should see a bunch of bubbles come out. I didn't lose all that much fluid, and I did again top off my fluid to make sure that I won't get any air during this process. Just a couple notes, so I'm gonna try and, I don't think it'll be possible for me to film it, but I'm gonna do that after pumping the brake, or pumping the clutch a couple times. I'm gonna pump the clutch a couple times, pressurize this vacuum pump, and then open the valve. So, be right back. All right, well, finished doing the bleed a couple times, topped off my reservoir, and now super nice metal feel. So I can't wait to drive that. Honestly, I can't say it feels all that different. Did get my N54 fender emblems. But yeah, that pretty much wraps it up for this one. Hopefully you guys liked it. If you want to pick up the oil cap or sport oil cooler, then I will, or sport oil cooler valve, then I will leave some links in the description below. If you successfully did the clutch delay valve, or if yours looked different coming out stock, then please drop a comment down below. I'd love to hear about it. Again, I'm under the impression that it might be an upgraded one, so if anyone wants one, I guess, then also comment down below and I will ship it out if you pay for shipping. But anyway, we got the clutch all bled, oil is changed, and next we will be doing the Precision Raceworks Stage 2.5 version 2 low pressure fuel pump. I unboxed that already, but I pulled the fuse for the fuel pump to do my port injection. Still have the fuse pulled, so I'm just gonna rip out my back seats tomorrow, do the fuel pump install, and then I guess after that it'll be move on to JB4 and then MHD and tuning and dyno and stuff. So it's getting there. Obviously I still have to adjust my suspension and wheels fitment and stuff like that, but I also have to finish wrapping the car, obviously. But Road to 600 wheel horsepower is fully underway now, and I completely forgot I was going to do my port injection controller today, and that just, I was waiting on JB4 anyway. Sorry. But again, hopefully you guys liked this video, and if you did, drop a like down below, subscribe if you haven't already, and we will see you in part 6, I believe, putting the fuel pump in. Thanks, we'll see you in the next one.